So hello everyone. Let's talk about our next question. So in this question has been asked in the INICET May 2022. So in this question, what should be the subsequent course of action in the management of a 30 years old male patient who has suffered a pelvic fracture due to blunt trauma abdomen? Okay. Now with no blood observed at the tip of the meatus. Okay. Catheterization yielding minimal urine output as depicted in the provided radiological image. So in this image, there is a CT scan image with a contrast study has been given. Okay. So here you can easily able to appreciate that. So this is the area of the pelvis, right? So this is the area of the pelvis, and you can easily able to understand. So there is a some amount of the contrast has been extravated. So there is a some amount of the contrast has been extravasated in that areas. So the area that is near to the anterior abdominal wall region, right? Okay. So let's try to understand what are the options that has been given in here. So we are able to understand the image. So here the options are suprapubic cystostomy, laparotomy, paraurethral catheterization, and pelvic packing along with the bilateral percutaneous catheterization. Now let's try to understand. Here the bladder injury in the pelvic trauma. So let's try to understand your bladder injury is pretty much common in a case of blunt trauma abdomen. Now the point is in the background of the pelvic fracture. Okay, so we can have two types of bladder injury. So one is your intraperitoneal, another is your extraperitoneal. Now the point of the extraperitoneal bladder rupture is that due to the rupture of the bladder, uh, so the urine basically extravasated at the extraperitoneal site, and the site where the tear basically happened, that is also extraperitoneally in relation. And same thing goes in case of the intraperitoneal rupture as well, where the urine basically extravasated inside the peritoneum as a result of the tear. Now that tear most likely to be located at the dome of the bladder. Now this intraperitoneal bladder rupture typically happens when the patient basically presented with a full bladder and there is a subsequent blunt trauma abdomen as well. But your extraperitoneal rupture that is predominantly seen in the background of the pelvic trauma or the pelvic fracture mainly. So these are the two important clinical scenario from where you can easily able to identify which kind of bladder rupture they are basically talking about, right? Now let's try to understand the diagnosis. Obviously, your diagnosis is basically done with a CT cystogram. So in this image that has been given in the question, that is your CT cystogram image, which is eventually the gold standard. You can go for the RGU, retrograde cystography. So this retrograde cystography is also available in certain cases where the CT is not available. Now, what are the clinical clues that is basically uh, there to understand this scenario? So let's try to understand. So obviously there is a history of the blunt trauma abdomen that will be mentioned, and apart from that, the trauma associated with the pelvic fracture that is also mentioned in few cases. Following that, there is a diffuse suprapubic pain that will be complained by the patient most likely. Now, also mentioned in the question, and this has been typically seen. Let's try to understand, as the urine is basically extravasated at the peritoneum or the extraperitoneal area. So even in spite of doing catheterization, only minimum amount of the urine will be received at the urobag, right? Now this will basically a suggestive of probably there is a might be possibility of the CKD or the KNO. It's not like that, but you have to understand. Okay. Also, there is associated with a hematuria. So this might be a gross or microscopic hematuria. Obviously, the reason is pretty much clear to us because there is a tear in the layer of the bladder. So obviously from there, few amount of the bleeding will be there, and that is presented at the urine, at the catheter range as well. So that's why it could be seen. Now, let's try to understand in case of intraperitoneal bladder rupture. So the patient will presented with a urinary ascites. So the creatinine will be raised in the ascitic fluid, and there is also possibility of the patient developing peritonitis in the later part of the disease progression. Now let's try to understand the specific characteristics features of the subsequent intraperitoneal and extraperitoneal bladder rupture. So as I have already mentioned, dome of the bladder is a site. As the result of that, there is a intraperitoneal rupture, most likely seen when the blunt trauma abdomen has been perceived in the full bladder, right? Full bladder. So as because we know from the knowledge of the anatomy that is our full bladder is a intraperitoneal organ, right? So empty or evacuated bladder, that is your extraperitoneal organ. The same sense is will be applied in here as well. So how to manage? Look, let's try to understand. Here the urine is basically extravasated inside the peritoneum. So there is a chronic irritation will be started in the later on. So obviously here we need to take active management. So we have to go for the surgical management. We have to explore the patient, explore the abdomen. We have to repair that tear in the bladder so that we can save the patient. Now, because of extraperitoneal bladder rupture, obviously here either anterior or the lateral bladder wall will be teared uh, easily. Here, obviously, it is associated with a pelvic fracture, which is pretty much common in such cases. How to proceed with the management in that case? Simply conservative management with a parurethral catheterization would be enough in such cases. Or also in as most of the time this extraperitoneal bladder rupture, they are basically presented to us with a combined pelvic fracture. So for the extraperitoneal bladder rupture, it is simply conservative management with a catheter in situ. So here you guys can able to understand your answer is going to be this. So it's not going to be the laparotomy or even the suprapubic cystostomy. These are not going to be done. Your pelvic packing along with the bilateral percutaneous nephrostomy, yes, it's not also going to be